It is Monday, the 24th of August. This is Sick Bush Podcast number 6. It's me, Tyler, and I'm here with my boy, JRG, Julian. How are you, man?
Hey, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I actually didn't go to work today because I'm a little bit hurt right now.
What happened?
I'm in, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm in softball leagues. I play intramural softball. And yeah. And we never have any practices or anything. But yesterday, one of my teams, I'm on 2 different teams. So one of my teams was like, hey, we're going to do a little hitting practice on Sunday morning if you want to come. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. So there's like 5 guys. And I got up to bat 2 different times, probably hit 20, 25 balls each time. And the second time through, I felt great other than having blisters on my hands that were starting to form. So I finish up my set and I go back into the field and pick up some of the balls that were strewn about the field. And I start running towards left field to kind of get in position for the righties that are coming up. And the first ball comes towards me, and I bend down to try to get it, and my hip is just on fire. So I don't know what happened. I think I pulled my hip.
Holy shit, man.
Just with the swinging motion, but I never felt it happen. It just all of a sudden, it was just I couldn't even bend over. So I had a terrible night's sleep last night. I ended up going out on the couch at 3 in the morning.
Dude, holy shit.
I kept rolling around, and I knew I was keeping Kelly up, so I had to. Yeah, so I went out there, laid on the couch, called into work, told them I couldn't make it, and stayed home, slept till 10. And it still hurts. Still hurts a little bit.
Oh, no, that sucks, man. That's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
That's a lot of softball. That's a big commitment.
It is. Yeah, we do Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, and my Tuesday night league, we're in the championship game tomorrow that I'm obviously not going to be able to play in.
Dude,
and I think that's probably the last time I'm playing with them, though. I'm just getting sick of it because that one's up in Clearwater, so I don't feel like driving up there anymore.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. But
yeah, I missed, I missed we used to do intramurals year round. I miss that.
Yeah,
I don't do any of that.
It's really fun and amazing, and it's weird because, I'm moving, I'm getting a new chair. I feel like I'm squeaking around too much.
Okay.
It's weird because I really missed playing sports. That's why I got into softball. We would do it once a week. So you're playing and you recall how athletic you used to be and how limber you used to be, and it's just absolutely false. All of your knowledge about how you should feel is totally inaccurate.
Yeah, so completely off. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! I cannot believe how hurt I am right now, and it was from swinging a bat.
Oy. Well, look, dude, I gotta give you credit for continuing to do that kind of stuff, though. I mean, I know you're hurt, but I mean, it's a bunch of people that we know up here, they play softball. That was Pete. That was the dog. That loud bang. Sorry.
What was it? What did he do?
He's got a bone. He's just throwing it.
Just dropping the mic.
He's just playing with himself. No, but I get out and do that every once in a while. But I give you a lot of credit for sticking to it. I'm sorry you got hurt, man. That blows. That sucks.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I'm surprised it took this long to get hurt. I just assumed I would get hurt in a more physically, more physical contact than what it was.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
It'll heal. It's not a big deal. At least I didn't break something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy you didn't break something. That would have been way worse.
Yeah, man. Um, so I got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
I don't have a specific order that I want to ask these questions in, and then obviously you can ask me whatever you want. But
Okay.
I'm going to start off. Sorry about that. My computer just stopped recording. I guess you
Hey.
can't double tap. You can't double tap the mouse, apparently.
Yeah. What are you recording on, by the way? Do you have a? You don't. What do you have?
I'm just using GarageBand with my computer mic right now because
Okay.
Kelly's going to come in on this podcast later. But normally I have an actual vocal
actual
microphone.
Mic. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's my old emo band microphone that I had.
Sick.
Yeah, man. Maybe I'll do some screaming into it for you.
Can you do some acapella emo?
No, I don't think so. That's a good segue because I do want to talk about arches and life after the band and stuff like that. But before I ask that, I want to piggyback on what you just said about me singing, and I want to tell you, man, I feel like I could sing pretty well back when I was in high school. Like it was that for that type of singing, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to sing now, and the only times I really do are in the shower or in the car. And dude, it's gone. I lost it, man. I cannot hit any notes. Like it's a shame, and I know it, and I have to make myself stop singing because it sounds so terrible.
Have you been smoking? So you picked up smoking. You smoke cigarettes now?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I quit, by the way. I really did quit. Yeah, I started. My doctor prescribed me Chantix.
Okay.
And it's a smoking cessation drug or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been on it for like a little over a month, and I haven't been smoking in like 2 weeks.
Wow. So
which is the longest time in a very long time for me. So I'm very proud of that. That's why I'm saying it here.
That's awesome, dude. Is it a pill that you take or is it a patch?
Yeah, it's a pill, and it what I like about it is that the e-cigs and the patches, they like feed you nicotine.
Yeah.
But this actually just completely shuts off the nicotine receptors in your brain, so you have no lows or highs. So,
Nice.
So I'm, I take it for a little longer, but I think I've officially quit smoking, which is really nice for me.
So that's perfect. So your body right now doesn't crave cigarettes actually crave nicotine, but do you miss the habit?
Yeah, so after about 3 days of taking it, I didn't want nicotine at all. I would smoke a cigarette because you're supposed to sort of wean yourself off of cigarettes comfortably while you're taking this. That's another nice thing about it. But so after like 3 days, there were no effects of nicotine. Like I would have a cigarette, it wouldn't do anything for me. So the hard part was like getting past the triggers. Like when I wake up and I go to the bus in the morning, like I would normally have a cigarette between the house and the bus. But like sort of phasing those triggers out was definitely harder than actually not wanting a cigarette, But
I bet, man.
Yeah, but I got over it. I no more triggers, and I've completely quit. It's been awesome.
That's perfect, dude. Now, one other thing that I know is always a trigger is when like a smoker gets drunk.
Yeah,
Have you gotten really drunk yet?
I have, and I went through probably 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. After the first week of taking it, I got probably pretty drunk that weekend if I remember correctly, and I would I wasn't smoking at all during the day, but I would smoke at night when I would drink. But I've sort of phased that out too.
Nice.
And I haven't been hanging out with my friends here who smoke a lot. Hang on, my dog is chewing a pillow. Pete! I haven't been hanging out with the people who smoke a lot of cigarettes here. So it's kind of been, I just haven't seen them in a while, like not that I'm not hanging out with them anymore or anything like that. But like
you drop cigarettes and you drop your friends.
That sounds ridiculous. But, I just haven't seen them a lot recently. So it's been kind of easy for me to not do that when I drink, to not smoke when I drink.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, man. I'm proud of you, dude. I've been
Thanks,
hoping that this would happen for a while.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, fuck nicotine. Let's move on to something cooler.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
So you were talking about singing earlier. I want to talk about arches, and I got plenty of shit I want to talk about with arches, but can you tell me about the pros and the cons that you felt like you had while you were in arches? Like you could start as early as back, I don't know, when did arches officially begin? Was it still in college, or was that named something else then?
I guess it was still in college. Whenever Tom and I started playing together, or started recording together, really, because we had played together before we started recording together. Honestly, there were no cons. There wasn't one con. It was all a lot of fun. It just when you have people, when you're in such a tight-knit kind of thing with a bunch of people for a while, you get, the personalities, kind of conflict, and sometimes people don't want to do that forever. So there weren't any cons, though. I don't think there were. It's kind of shitty. How it ended was kind of shitty, but in retrospect, now, 3 years later or whatever it is, 4 years later, in retrospect, it wasn't that shitty at all. It was just like Tom, he just wanted to, he wanted to do different things, and I'm not just talking about music either. He was looking for some serious, life changes. So, he went off and did his own thing, and, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think for him it was, and again, it wasn't really music. It was I think for him it was life in general. It wasn't just music. But there were no cons. There was a ton of pros. Everything about it was a pro. It was just a lot of fun. You get to play music with your friends. That's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no cons. No cons.
Yeah, I feel like from my perspective on the outside looking in, it always seemed like you guys were having such a good time. And one thing that was really admirable about you is you would never bring up arches. You would never try to play your own songs. You never wanted to really talk about it or gloat about it, which I found pretty weird because you guys were really good and we were all supportive of you. But it's you almost felt like you didn't want to impose your music on us or something like that. That's just the feeling I got. How did you feel?
I didn't. I was friends with you guys for other reasons that I didn't feel like I had to. I didn't feel like I had to get your approval on it. I didn't want to show it to you to get your approval on it or anything like that. We were friends for other reasons, Our relationships, my relationship with all of you guys was built on other things. It was
pretty much built on playing Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. No, More or less.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was respectable, but I also felt like there was like this mysterious aura about, like even the writing process. I feel like sometimes I'd ask you questions and you just be like, yeah, you know, man, it's just we just hang out and do it. It's like, man, Julian's so cool. Like he doesn't even know. Like he doesn't even want to tell me that's how cool he is.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't that at all. I honestly, Tom. It was Tom's an incredibly talented guy, and when when I started recording with him, I had never really done anything like that. I'd never done anything like that before, ever. And I think when it was happening, I was I was just trying to learn as much as possible from him because he knew what he was doing and he knew how to get sounds that he wanted. Um, and I just didn't really have anything to tell people outside of that.
So
My
was
outside
Tom?
of my my recording relationship with Tom.
Yeah, was Tom just naturally gifted in this? Had he done this before with another band? Had he taken lessons in high school? Like what was it?
I don't know if he ever took lessons, but he had done it before. He had recorded an album or two before before we started Arches. But he still makes music and it's awesome. But he's definitely naturally gifted. He's like a gifted arranger and composer. He
Yeah.
he knows, he's not classically trained in anything. He can play a lot of things, but he knows how to write a song and he knows how to put instruments together. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He's really good.
it's impressive to hear when it all comes together like that, especially from just a friend from college who you didn't know had that in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
something to behold. Now, talking about Tom, I want to sidestep real quick. I'm going to
Okay.
put an Arches song on this podcast. I want you to tell me what your favorite Arches song was. I have 3 albums. You can choose from Enough, Live at the Metro, or Wide Awake.
From
I want
Enough,
you to choose.
Live
I
at
want
the
you to choose any song. Yeah, that was your favorite.
All right. Well,
And you can think about it, and we can come back to it if you want.
well, all right. Enough. Those 4 songs. Yeah. I always thought that Enough was way better than anything every song on Enough was way better than anything we did on Wide Awake.
Yeah.
And I would probably say Late Last Night is my favorite song. I like all these songs though. I like all those songs. Late Last Night is probably my favorite though.
Nice. Do you ever find yourself listening to Arches?
The last time I listened to it was probably 6 months ago or so. And before that, maybe even longer. So I don't listen very much. Yeah.
Well, you obviously had to listen to it a little bit on the intro and outro of some of these podcasts.
Yes, I did hear it then. Yeah.
Just like fast forward through it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, what is he doing?
Yeah, it's a little tribute to Jules.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about Tom a lot, and I think most people know that Tom and you guys, I guess towards the end of Arches, when it was kind of breaking up, Tom was kind of veering off in a different path of life.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of actually lost touch for a while, and I'm pretty sure it was your bachelor party in Philly that I first saw him again.
Mm-hmm.
And he had, I guess at that point, he wasn't drinking anymore. I think he was or still is living at his parents in Jersey. And he came out and had a good time, and he didn't even have to drink with us. He was very happy. I haven't seen him like that in a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
You
was
want to elaborate on anything?
no, that was fun. That night honestly was the first night that I had seen him in a while too. But that was yeah, he was happy. He has been happy the last bunch of times. I don't see him very often, but he's been really, from what I can tell, he's been really happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like hearing that. You guys fell out of touch and stuff like that because I feel like Tom needs some people around him to keep him happy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Keep,
he fell out of touch. He just went off and he went back to his parents' house and he just is doing his own thing, and
mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gave me your favorite Arches song. Now
Mm-hmm.
I want you to give me your favorite venue that you've ever played.
Johnny Brenda's probably here in Philly, close to my house.
Tell me why.
They they have, for the size of a venue that it is, and it's kind of small once you actually get in. They have the best sound, and
That's a place I came to see you, right?
yeah. Oh no, you went to Kung Fu Necktie.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kung Fu Necktie is one of the worst venues that I've ever played in.
Yeah. Just not great sound there.
Yeah, and the sound guys there are such dickheads. It's kind of like a punk. It's kind of like a punk venue.
Yeah. Is Johnny Brenda's right near the beer garden?
Yeah, it's right across the street. Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's the place that Sam got kicked out of.
Yes, Sam got kicked out of there. Yeah, Sam needed to go that night.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. He did for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny
So,
Brenda's definitely. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
a good spot.
Yeah.
Now I got a question here. Just to stay in the music genre that we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
You have any potential for solo projects right now? Also, do you want to elaborate on Moxham's band and your role in that band?
Yeah, solo projects, no, definitely not. I'm too geared in other parts of my life to commit the time that it would take to try to do a solo thing again.
Yeah.
I actually start school tomorrow. I did
No.
I did homework for the first time in like 5 years today.
Oh, how'd
So
that feel?
that was interesting. It was okay actually. It wasn't that bad. But I no solo projects, no. Mox's thing is a lot of fun. It's so much fun. My
So,
role in that is just basically show up and basically just show up to practice whenever. We normally only practice like once or twice before we have to play a show, so it's kind of shitty. Like
yeah.
we're not that tight, but Alex writes some really awesome songs, and it's fun to play. It's way different than anything I would write myself, and when we play that live, it's really fun. So, my but
Yeah,
my
and
my role is basically just showing up, honestly.
okay, give out the name of his band so our podcast listeners can go check him out.
Yeah, the name of the band is Public Health.
Public Health.
Public Health, and he has a SoundCloud, I think. Wait, where do you get his music? Let me look real quick. Hang on.
Okay.
SoundCloud Public Health.
Yeah, and for those of you listening that didn't know, Moxham's going to, is it UPenn, Jules?
No, where's he going?
Yeah, where's he going to school?
He's out in. Oh, he goes to Jefferson in Philly.
Oh, okay, Jefferson for medical school.
For med school, yeah, and he's out in San Francisco right now for a month. He comes back next week or this weekend.
Okay, is he doing rotations out there?
Yeah, it's something that I don't really understand.
Nice. Okay.
I guess it's he tried to explain it to me. He was only out there for 3 weeks. I guess it's rotations. I don't know what it is. What is it? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I didn't know you would leave that far, but I guess rotations coming from a guy that's not pre-med or went to medical school, but from what I've heard is the rotations, you have like 7 or 8 of them, and you go to different hospitals, and apparently around the U.S. you can go to, and it gives you experience in certain things. Like one rotation will be gynecological, one will be.
That's definitely what he's doing. Because he's doing a very specific thing out there. Again, I forget what it is, but he's doing a very specific thing.
I think the purpose of those is to kind of hone your skills in certain areas, and it'll help you be like, you know what, I want to do this more or whatever.
For networking too, right? Because he was talking about the networking aspect of it when he was like, I'm going out there to do this in this field, and it'll be good because I'll meet a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So that's
definitely
definitely
one aspect of it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mox's SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/publichealth.
That's easy.
It's easy.
So when you leave soundcloud.com/sickbush, go on over there and listen to a couple Moxham songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the same kind of realm as SoundCloud, we, meaning the Sick Bush podcast, is in the process of leaving SoundCloud. I think I'm going to try to start doing YouTube videos with just audio and like a picture, because it's free on YouTube, whereas with SoundCloud, I get like 6 hours, and then they just start hiding our previous podcast. So it's kind of like, well, I want everyone to be always able to access every single one of them. So I think, don't do it right now, but we're going to be trying to get a Sick Bush podcast YouTube channel.
Yeah, fuck that. And also, when people YouTube Sick Bush, they'll be directed. There's potential for way more traffic when you're on YouTube.
It's true. I don't know how many people are looking for Sick Bush now that President Bush is no longer in office, but you never know.
Who knows, man? There might be some 14, 12, 13-year-old kid out there who's like discovering the depths of the internet, trying to Google Sick Bush, and bam. Yeah.
There's our podcast that he's going to have no interest in.
Yeah, that's a good idea though. Move it to YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems to be probably a smarter idea. Like with what you said, I think people are more familiar with YouTube. It's just easier to use.
Yeah, and if SoundCloud's going to cut you off on the time limit, I know that they do that, so that sucks. You want to have all of them up there.
Yeah, and luckily I can get my money back too. And it's not like it's expensive, but it's like 6 hours, that's not nearly enough. I mean, Rod and I put 2 out that were an hour and 40 minutes each, so that almost is we've eaten up all of the time.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, hey man, I want to ask a question. I want to know how this has been for you doing these podcasts and talking to everyone on a regular basis, because I know I'm I'm terrible at staying in touch with anyone, and it's hard for me to talk on the phone just to anyone, even to Holly.
Yeah.
So how has this been?
Dude, yeah, this idea was spawned from that whole line of thinking that, other than like Trevor, everyone, whenever you call someone, it's because you're probably in the car and you're available to talk, and whoever you're calling is always busy or is like, dude, I don't feel like talking on the phone for an hour.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to podcasts at work, and I was like, man, these are really fun. These are just friends that meet up and they do a podcast together. We can do that. We can do this. So I started hashing out the details of how we could actually get it done. And I originally thought that it really would only be possible if we do it in person. So that's, Dill and I and Kel did the first one in person, and that was awesome. And I've gotten really good feedback from everyone about that one. They said that was one of their favorites so far, and rightfully so. I mean, Dylan has a lot to bring to the table in the form of comedy, so he's a good entertainer.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, over the phone was very, and still is, very hard because I can't see you for like those visual cues about like when you're about to start talking or when you're going to be slowly ending a story, and maybe I'll have something funny to interject or a statement, and you can't see me about to do that, so you just continue to talk, and so I'm just like, I'll leave it. So it's not as interactive when we're doing this over the phone thing, but I still have a great time with it because I honestly look forward to these. Like throughout my week, I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of bored at work. It's kind of monotonous. And I'm constantly just thinking of ideas and things I want to talk about with people and things that would be fun to hear. Mm-hmm. And this is a good opportunity for me to even talk to you. We rarely talk on the phone, and it doesn't show though. It seems like we can just pick up from wherever we left off because we're good friends.
No, but of course we can. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I've never, believe it or not, to the people that are listening, I've never asked Jules about his favorite song in Arches, why he never talked about Arches, what his role is with Moxham's band. Like, you've told me a little bit about Moxham's band, but like I'm actually learning stuff from this podcast. So it's a good way to really stay connected with your best friends when we're strewn about the U.S.
Right. That's awesome. That's exactly, that's going into this. That's exact, and listening to the others. You talk about things that you wouldn't ask otherwise, or you wouldn't talk about otherwise, which is awesome.
One of my favorite things to hear from people that are just listening at home was, oh, dude, when you and Jules were talking about that, man, I just felt like I was there with you guys. And that's exactly that's what I want to hear. That's what I'm hoping that this is.
Right.
So, we'll keep doing it until people don't like it anymore,
Yeah. It sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. I think they're great. I mean, I've been having, when you and Rod talk for an hour and 45 minutes, that's extremely difficult to get through in one sitting. Not because I don't want to listen to you guys, but because I literally don't have the time to sit down for an hour and 45 minutes. So I haven't listened to Trev and Nats, but I'm like still trying to get through. And Allie and Brandon's, I've listened to most of that. But no, they've been, in every way, they've been awesome. I put them on in the morning when I go to work. I put them on during my lunch hour at work. It's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
No, I'm glad, man. I'm glad it can change your day a little bit. It's
Yeah.
funny. When Rod and I were doing when Rod and I were doing the movie review, we literally right when we first started, we're like, dude, I don't know if anyone's going to enjoy listening to this, but this is going to be so fun. And that's exactly what it was. And, if
Yeah.
people don't want to listen to it, they don't have to. But if you're bored and you want to hang out with us, just turn it on and have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's working out. It's making me happy, and it really makes me happy when I see other people enjoying it. So
Yeah. Good. Cool.
well, I got a question for you.
Okay.
So seriously, when are you and Holly gonna have a baby?
Not for a while.
Yeah, I know you got the dog, and you think you got a couple of years under your belt, but I'm thinking you got more like 3 months. I think you're gonna
No,
have to
man.
start holding
No,
it back.
No. No, we have a plan, and this is her plan. This isn't my plan. Like she wants. Don't get me wrong. She wants to have a kid. She would want to. She wants to have a kid tomorrow. But she knows that. Look. We've had enough of a hard time trying to take care of this puppy. Like we have we have other things that we want to accomplish. We have other things that we want to do with our lives before that happens. In
Yeah.
in 2 years, I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna get my master's. I'll be done. I start tomorrow, but it'll only take 2 years. We are definitely gonna move out of Philadelphia, and I think that once we do that, then we'll most definitely have kids at some point thereafter.
Have you been looking at certain areas of the U.S. to be moving to? Are you going to go where jobs are? What's up?
Honestly, we've really been thinking about moving to Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah?
Yeah, my parents are there. I love it there. It's always been like one of my most favorite places in the entire U.S. And I've seen a good amount of the United States. I would like to think, and Asheville is it's awesome. I see myself being there, and Holly really likes the idea of just the kind of lifestyle that we think we would have living there, which is just being outside a lot of the time. It's beautiful there. It's gorgeous.
Kel and I really, really want to visit there. We've heard such good things from everyone. We just never have the time to do it.
It's amazing there. We should go there. We should go there together.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You drive south and we'll fly up there, or you fly down, whatever.
Yeah. We were gonna go down there in October, but now I don't think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna just go down during Christmas. But
because your parents are living there full time now, or what?
Yeah, they're there full time, and they're in the process of opening a restaurant. So they're kind of they're going to be there for a little bit, and I'm sick of Philly. I'm sick of living in the city. I wouldn't mind living in Asheville because size-wise, it doesn't even compare. Philly's so much bigger, but it's completely. I'm ready for another change. We grow up on like these 4-year plans. Like you're in elementary school for 5 years, but you're in you're in middle school for 3 years, but then you're in high school for 4 years. You're in college for 4 years, and then you get. I feel like I've been set. I've had my formative years have been molded by those 4-year spans.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of anxious for change, and I love my job. I love a lot. I love my friends here, but at the same time, like I'm kind of ready. I will definitely be ready to move on once I get out of school. So I think we're
Okay.
gonna leave. Yeah.
So you got that 2-year plan,
Yeah.
and then hopefully setting up shop and maybe sitting down for the long haul for a while. Get the kids popping out.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. What about you guys though?
So
Seriously, are you gonna be in Are
yeah,
you gonna be in Florida?
that's a great question. We originally had, when we bought the house, like a 5-year plan. We're going on about a year and a half now. Ever since Trev and Nat moved out of here, it really took a lot of the wind out of our sails for staying down here.
I'm sure.
Um, but also just going home for holidays and seeing our parents, like, not even just parents, but my family is really close and close knit. They all live in my hometown. So it's really awesome going home and just being part of the family again. It sounds real stupid in Italian, but that's exactly like kind of how it is. But without being Italian.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that.
So our family's really close. Um, I don't know. It's just every time we leave, it gets harder to come back down here, knowing that you know we don't we don't have much down here. We got obviously a couple close friends down here,
Yeah.
but in ways of family or any sick bushes anymore, it's pretty much lacking of those down here. So
Lacking.
I don't know. We came back. We just visited at the end of July. We came back and we're like, we were almost ready to look at Zillow for houses up in like the tri-state area, being Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, and I guess Jersey as well. But we've since settled back down, and we're like, no, we're good. We're good. We can hang out here for a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, there's also not really a job holding me here, but Kelly has a pretty good job. She's getting a lot of good experience. So the longer she's there, the better she'll get some like experience under her belt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think by next summer we might start looking at different places,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly it's still up in the air about what's going to happen.
Yeah. I always thought you guys would probably. I mean, it makes sense for you guys to come back up here because your parents are here. You're closer to your friends. You know, not to say you don't have friends down there, but I always thought that you would come down. So that or
Yeah,
come up. I mean, so that
yeah.
makes
And
that makes sense to me.
the great thing about the Philadelphia area too is you're obviously close to the airport, and you're pretty much centralized in the ways of like the Northeast. You know, it's like you
Yep.
could go up and visit Rod pretty easily. We could
Yep.
go and visit you very easily. Even if you do move to North Carolina, that's what, like 10 hours, 12 hours.
Yep.
You can drive out to Columbus, but obviously I'd rather fly. It's just so easy. And, Mike is in Cincinnati. That's not hard. Dill, Chicago. That's so easy. So
Right.
coming from Florida, it's always an annoying trip. You always know you have 3 hours ahead of you. I don't know. It's just you feel secluded down here, even though you're not. It's almost like we're on our own island down here. And the great thing about it is everyone loves to visit, but when they leave, you go into post-friendship depression. You get real sad. You wish
Yeah.
that everyone
Yeah.
was together again. You maybe lived in a sick bush commune or something.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
that's how I feel.
sick bush commune. That
Yeah.
that see, it's funny because to me that still sounds like such a good idea, and I know that that sounds like such a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If
obviously,
it was,
like when you say commune, you're like picturing everyone living together or very close. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even care if we lived like 2 hours away from each other. That's still close enough.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's difficult to pull that off, but I know
it
what you're
is.
saying. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, um, we're gonna get Kellen here soon, but
Okay.
I had a question for Holly, and I know she's not home, but maybe
Hmm.
you can answer this, and we can give her a little bit of props about her Etsy page. She has an Etsy page, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you just tell everyone about like what she's been doing, and we can give out her page, and hopefully some people can go check that out and support her.
Okay. Um, Holly Holly got a so it's kind of it's been a long road for Holly. she's kind of been back and forth on a lot of different things, but she I think, and maybe I'm saying this just because she's my wife and stuff like that, but I think she's
Yeah.
she's incredibly talented, and she is incredible. Um, she has incredible ideas, and she has this strange ability to see things before she creates them, and then she has like this crazy foresight about things that she creates. It's insane. She can describe things to a T before she makes them.
And
Um,
what are some of the things that she's been making?
she's been making well, she got a certification in aromatherapy, and she's been making aromatherapy products, so she did that. She's still doing that. Candles, scrubs, lotions, that kind of thing.
Uh huh.
But she went to school for a while for fashion design.
Yeah.
So she's back into sewing, and she's been making a couple of dresses and things like that.
Yeah. And she made a wedding dress, right?
Yeah, yeah, she made a wedding dress. And she's trying to she's honestly she's kind of just messing around. She's trying to figure out what she really wants to do. She doesn't know if it's wedding dresses or aromatherapy or there's a whole slew of things in there.
Yeah.
But everything that she completes is really good. Um, and yeah, but her Etsy is her thing is called Holly Botanical. Um,
Holly
Holly
Botanical.
Holly Botanical. And her Etsy is etsy.com/shop/Holly Botanical, I think. But if you just Google Holly Botanical, it'll probably come up.
Okay.
Yeah, she's she's trying to figure out what she wants to do long haul. So she's doing a bunch of different things, which I think is good because I don't want her to try to settle on one thing and then realize in a half a year or a year that she doesn't want to do that, or that doesn't give her any sort of
Yeah.
personal satisfaction. So she's doing a lot of different
That's
things. Yeah.
yeah. That's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of she probably feels the same way I feel. It's like I want to try different things. I don't want to just pigeonhole myself into one thing.
Yeah,
Um,
and you have to. You have to.
yeah, got to get those life experiences, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know you're going back to school.
Mhm.
I had originally thought about going back to school, and I actually took the GREs. Um, I was at the process where I was trying to find a professor to study under down here.
Yeah.
I was looking at USF. They have a marine science school here in St. Pete.
Mhm.
Um, and as I got closer to thinking about it, I was just like, do I really want to do marine science? Like, I don't, I never really was attached to doing ocean science. I was always just kind of in general, a bio guy, more concentrated on like ecology and evolution. So I
Right.
was like, which you can obviously do with marine science, but that slightly pigeonholes you for whenever you're going to do research, you have to be
Ty.
near a coast. Yo, can you hear me?
Ty?
Jules?
Hey.
Hey, you okay?
We got cut off.
I can hear you.
You could? I couldn't hear you at all. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, keep going. You just completely dropped out.
Oh, it's all good, man. Yeah, well, I'm here. Don't worry. I'm not leaving you, buddy.
I was like, die.
You sounded so sad.
Well, I thought the call was dropped, and then I saw that it was still on, and I was like, Ty?
It's like if I was your father. It's like I just left you in a park by yourself. That's hilarious. But yeah, like I was saying, I kind of just stopped trying to find a professor. I got kind of unsure of whether that's what I wanted. But luckily, the GRE scores they're good for 5 years. So
yeah, that's good. That's fine. You thought you realized that you didn't want to do it. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good thing. And I've already gone through the hard part of doing GREs and having to study for that crap, and
right. Right.
Yeah. Well, Jules, I got a guest here that just came in. Actually, how did we do this before?
Kelly.
There we go.
Kelly.
Here, Jules.
What's up, Kel?
Not much. How are you?
Good.
Excellent. I'm here to provide a quiz.
Awesome. Wait. Before you start, I'm going to a wedding in a little over a month at Winterthur.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Who's it for?
It's for my friends Ben and Liz. Ty, I think that you've met Ben, but I don't know if you remember him. Not
Are
Ben.
they the ones you said won the lottery?
Yes. Yeah, the one that won the lottery. Not Ben Fram, not the Jewish kid.
No, but Ben he's is he Indian?
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't even know. No, he's not Indian. He's not Indian. He's Hispanic of sorts, but he looks Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that guy. He's really nice.
Yeah, he's cool. But they're getting married at Winterthur, and
Winterthur.
I can't wait to go back.
Yeah,
because that's where you guys got married.
Hopefully, it won't be so goddamn hot.
Yeah, it was hot, but that was a good time. Good times.
Now, are they getting married outside like we did?
I'm not sure.
Cool. Well, I want to report back from you when you're done. I want to see some pics.
I will. I'll
give
you I'll give you guys all the insider info.
Good. All right, you ready for this, Jules?
I'm ready. So, you're asking
what are we?
him.
Yeah, not you, Kel. Come on.
What are we doing?
A quiz.
Okay.
I decided on sports because I feel like you guys are equally matched. Maybe I was gonna go with Rod, but then Rod is just like a freak of nature when it comes to facts, and especially about sports and basketball. That I didn't think it'd be fair. So I picked one about the NFL. Okay, do you follow football, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I think you follow it way more than I do. So you're not going to win because I haven't lost yet, and that's sound logic. But you're going fucking down, Jules.
Well, this all depends on how historical this is, because I know football, but I honestly, once you go past 1980, I really don't. Or not even, probably 1985 or 1990. I really don't know much. So
I'm right there with you, so don't worry.
So we'll see.
Well, I think the only one is there's one from 1984, and I think that's the oldest one, but I also don't know.
Okay.
So they're just there's one multiple choice, but otherwise it's just call out the answer.
You gotta skip multiple choice one. You're gonna just take our answer. if we need the multiple choice, you'll give it to us.
Okay.
You know what I
we can
mean?
do that.
But yeah, usually it just has to be us calling out the answer. Okay.
Is
Okay.
it whoever answers first?
Yeah. So for you and for people playing along with us, whoever says the answer first gets the point. I will keep score. Kel is going to be administering the quiz.
But we might have to go back if it's like a photo finish. You know what I mean? Because you obviously, I'm going to hear yours first because there is like a tiny delay.
Yeah, but think about it. If we go back to the tape, I'm still answering first.
I guess. All right. Well, this isn't super legit.
Yeah. Well. Whatever.
Maybe that's why Ty's won every time.
Oh, I beat Dylan.
Ooh. Oh, that's true. Okay.
All right. Here we go, Jules.
All right, you guys ready?
All right. I'm ready.
Okay. First question. What two NFL franchises traditionally host games on Thanksgiving?
Dallas and Detroit.
You got it.
Yes.
Dude, shit. All right.
Okay, number 2. The 2007 rule banning suspended NFL players from playing in the CFL was named after what Heisman Trophy winner?
The Bush League.
No.
Oh. I was going to say the Reggie Bush rule.
What was it?
Ricky Williams.
Oh.
Yeah, stop smoking weed, buddy.
Is that
Oh, yeah.
is that what he got in trouble
Oh,
for?
yeah. He couldn't stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop. He
He
was
really
addicted.
he
He was
really-
the
no.
first documented case
He,
of
like-
being addicted to weed.
He was caught. He wouldn't stop smoking weed. Then he just
He
kept
was-
failing his drug test.
Yeah, he failed multiple drug tests in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he picked weed over
Millions
fame
of
and
dollars.
fortune.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Question 3. In 1984, what future NFL Hall of Famer signed what was then the largest contract in sports history with USFL's Los Angeles Express?
What
That's
the
made up.
fuck?
That is made
I don't
up.
even know what USFL
Well-
is.
Los Angeles Express. In 1984, I have no idea.
Future NFL Hall of Famer.
Okay. I have no idea.
All right, I can give you a hint
Okay.
because I know
Yeah.
I know who this person is.
We'll take a hint.
Okay. This is gonna be really easy. I can't think of a good one, but
Okay. So
I'm pretty sure
uh-oh.
he played with Joe Montana.
Steve Young?
Steve Young.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He played with Joe
He
Montana.
did.
What the fuck? Steve Young played for the Los Angeles Express?
What does that even
fuck?
mean? Is that like
I don't know.
a minor league team?
I don't know.
I think it was
This quiz better step it up here.
a competing professional football league, it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, this is the multiple choice one. I'm not going to give you those choices unless you need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, which of the following Heisman Trophy winners was not the number 1 pick in the NFL draft?
Ooh.
No, you have to give us multiple choice on this, Cal.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know my Heisman Trophy winners well enough.
Ty, there are so many Heisman winners that didn't go number 1.
Oh, really?
Most of them don't.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
to repeat, it's which of the Heisman Trophy winners was not the number 1 pick?
Okay.
Okay, here are your options.
Jules, when you hear it, just go ahead and answer. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Tony Dorsett, Bo Jackson, Vinny Testaverde, or Billy Sims?
Phil Sims and
Both of you are wrong.
All right,
It's-
the first two. I think Testaverde was a number 1. Oh, so Phil Sims was a number 1 then. So the first two.
There's only one answer.
So who
Oh.
was it then?
Which of the
Bo-
following Heisman Trophy winners was not the number 1
Was
pick?
Bo Jackson? No.
Bo Jackson.
Both of you are wrong. It's Tony Dorsett.
Fuck.
You went through all of them. You didn't pick the right one.
Oh my god.
So
This is
who's
the
Tony
worst.
Dorsett?
Worst game of trivia ever.
Yeah. Maybe it'll get better. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Which Oklahoma State alum is the only player in NFL history to score a touchdown in 4 consecutive Super Bowls? What the fuck?
Ooh, score in 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Oklahoma State.
Only player in NFL history to score a touchdown in 4 consecutive Super Bowls.
I'm gonna go with Dwight Clark.
No.
Okay.
I honestly have no idea. In 4 consecutive Super Bowls, Oklahoma State.
Alum.
I have no idea who even went. Ty, can you name more than 2 players that went to Oklahoma State?
No, definitely not. And I definitely couldn't name someone that went to 4 consecutive Super Bowls. That's just impressive.
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding a. It's got to be like a bear or something, you know, like when one of those.
I don't know who this person is.
In one of
What's
those
the guy's name?
long runs.
His name is Thurman Thomas.
Oh, a giant, right? Who did he play for?
I don't know, man. I've heard the name, but I would never have guessed that.
Or I don't even know who Thurman Thomas. Oh, the Bills. The Bills. Thurman Thomas played for the Bills.
In what year?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
What decade? How about that?
These better get more recent as this goes on, Kel.
All right, well, whatever. Jules is talking about 1980 if it's before that.
Kel, it's okay. It's okay, Kelly.
Okay, this one's easier. Who is the NFL's all-time leader in rushing yards?
Fuck, I should fucking know this.
All time? Damn. Who's been in the league for a very long time? Herschel Walker.
No.
No. Not Jim Brown, because he played for only like 8 years. Emmett Smith got close, I think. Not Tony Dorsett, I don't think. He got close, didn't he?
What's your final answer, dude?
Fuck. Once you say this, I'm going to be so mad at myself for not knowing it. Say it.
What's your answer?
Can I? Well, you have to guess. Can I give you a hint? You already guessed.
Yeah, I already guessed.
Tony Dorsett.
Okay.
Tony Dorsett.
No, but you said it. It was Emmitt Smith.
Was
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it Emmitt Smith?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm winning by 2. It's 2-0.
Oh my god.
But we're on question 7.
Yeah, we've had fucking 7 questions.
Okay,
Jesus.
this one you both should be able to get.
Okay.
All right.
How many NFL teams are named after birds?
It's gonna have
3?
Name thrown.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All
right. I'm gonna go 4.
5.
Ah.
It doesn't say what though.
Falcons, Ravens.
Oh, I forgot the
Cardinals,
Ravens.
Seahawks.
and
Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh my
Ah,
god!
damn.
Come on, you dummy.
I forgot the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
No. You go.
He's just pissed.
Okay, which former Cowboy and 49er hold the NFL record for most Super Bowl championships as a player?
Oh, they're 2 different players?
No, it's the
Deion
same
Sanders.
person. Wrong.
Ooh, good guess though, Ty. It's got to be
So
somebody.
he played on the Cowboys and the 49ers.
But you also have to remember back when that was going on.
Yeah.
It was like early 90s.
I've never
Late
heard of
90s.
this person, if that helps.
Yeah,
That's not
dude,
saying much,
it's
though.
probably like a lineman, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, do you give up?
I give up. I have no idea.
Okay. Charles Haley?
I don't know him.
I don't know.
This is really hard. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Okay. Well, it doesn't help that there's like a million different stats you can come up with
Yeah.
for
Well,
NFL.
you picked this one, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Which NFL team holds the all-time record for the longest losing streak?
NFL team?
Dolphins.
Nope.
They went 0-16 that year or something like that.
0-16? There's something that's worse than that?
I guess.
I'm gonna go with a notoriously bad team. Go with the Colts.
No.
They got bad there for a while.
The Tampa Bay Bucks.
No.
Shit.
Okay, this one is going to be a buzzer beater.
All right.
Okay, this is the last one, too. I'll put you guys out of your misery.
Whoa. Well, we need at least two more because Jules has to at least be able to tie me. Is that okay?
Yeah, I don't have any more.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. So we'll make this one worth 2 points, Jules.
All right.
You could come back and tie it.
All right.
Okay. Who is the NFL's all-time leader in touchdowns?
Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Suck. Fuck, Julian.
I was thinking I was so bad at that. I wasn't even close. I was only close. First of all, I got 0 points, and I was only close on one of the questions where I actually said the answer, but didn't think that was the answer.
Yeah. That was a hard one, man.
Yeah, I just assumed you guys would know. I don't know.
I feel like we owe you a new game, like at some point, you know?
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe that could happen. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to rematch. Just a rematch game. We'll post that. Just the game.
Yeah, like that one was so pathetic. I did a terrible job.
That was so bad.
That was tough. Oh man. All right, Jules. Well, you got anything else to say? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, this was fun though.
Yeah, had a good time. Just a reminder to all the listeners. What?
It's just funny.
Shut up, you dick. If you guys wanna check out Moxham's band, go to SoundCloud.com/publichealth. If you wanna check out Holly's stuff that she has online, look up Holly Botanical. You could probably go to Etsy and just look that up, right? Etsy.com/shop/Holly Botanical. If it doesn't work, just fuck yourself.
That's like a nice little plug you got there, Jeez.
Yeah, we're plugging friends, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
shout
get a lot
outs.
of airtime with all
Yeah, well, she'll get probably about 3.5 people listening to this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jules.
All right.
Let's call this bitch.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. I enjoyed it. We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay, cool. Love you.
All right. Love you too, dude.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.